there everybody, welcome to Dad's Project Shop. Kind of an interesting little scenario for the past day or two. My youngest daughter got into a car wreck. Hopefully I'll get some pictures to show up for you guys just to see what happened to hers. So what I'm going to end up having to do is jockey some cars around, move them around so that people can drive and get to work, get to school, do the things they got to do. Problem is that my truck is a straight drive, my Jeep is a straight drive, and I've got another car that's a straight drive, and not everybody can drive a straight drive. So I've got to get my Jeep running so that I've got an extra vehicle, and then just kind of figure out who can drive what, and that way we can get everybody where they need to be. The youngest daughter's car is pretty much done, it's toast. My old 78 CJ7's been sitting out there for a couple 3 months. Hadn't really drove it because this needs some work done to it still. It is drivable. It is a good running vehicle. It's got a 304 V8 in it with a thumper cam. Thing runs great. Problem is that it has a few water leaks from the weather, and we've had a lot of rain lately, so I really just have not pursued working on it. It's been kind of low on the to-do list, so to speak. But that's changed now, so I've got to get it up and running. So what I'm going to do is go up there, and I set the battery out on the bumper on the way in. It needs a battery. Didn't have one in it. We'll put the battery in it, see if I can get cranked up. Bring it down here to the shop. Fix one of the spots that I know is a water leak, and then work on the other part that I know is a water leak, and get a radio back in it, because the water leaks killed my radio. They went, blew up. So I'll bring you guys along for it, and let's take a peek, see at 78 CJ7 and get it back on the road. Okay, so it is kind of a wet, miserable day. There's my old CJ sitting up underneath the tarp there. I'm trying to get the hood up and get you guys out of the rain. You can see where I set the battery. Set it up there on the front. I'm going to throw these tools here. Okay, just bear with me for a minute while I get this hood opening up. Give you guys a little vantage point here of the battery box. I don't know if that's even right, because I gotta get the hood to see where it'll stay up. Alright, let me see what we got here. Okay. Looks like the battery box sitting there. We'll get us a battery set in here. Should be alright. It's kind of a good sized box. This is a good sized battery too. So. Alrighty then. I forgot some stuff. Stand by. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. Wanted to go ahead and I got you guys out of the rain, so you can sit there and kind of watch me while I'm doing this. That's fine. Got some felt pads. Hope you can see that. I don't know from where I'm at, but we're gonna go ahead and put these on the battery. Here's the cap. Little protectors. I am going to write on this battery when I put it in. Got some battery protector. We're going to go ahead and spray on the posts. And then this is positive. We're going to put a positive here. And kind of saturate that a little bit. And this is a negative. And kind of saturate that a little bit. Pretty easy. And there's that one. And that one. I can get a wrench. Get these tightened up for you. So these older trucks, you can't really use the new style stuff. You got to kind of find the wrenches that fit it. Most 90% of them are 1/2 inch. So we're gonna get the 1/2 inch stuff on here, tighten everything up. I'm hoping you guys can see this. Let's see if I can turn that just a little bit. Is that bigger than that? No, it shouldn't be. Okay. And if you notice, I got my hand pretty much covering the whole wrench so I don't hit the frame with it. Good and snug. Good and snug. You know, I'm going to have to move you guys though when I get ready to crank this thing up, because it's a little bit of a beast and it kind of likes its own space. I'm going to have to get a little particular battery terminal wrench has a little bit of an issue. Do I have anything? Well, I'll make it work this. You don't always need a wrench. Sometimes just a screwdriver will do. Just something to hold this thing from turning. Hopefully. Let's see if I can get this stuff in here. And it wants to be a little bit of a pain. It's been a minute since I worked on this thing, so I'll figure out where the stuff is. I don't think that's going to work. Should be 1/2 and 1/2. It is, but that's not going to do. I left it in the other bag down there, so I'm sorry about that. I would just run and get it, but I bet I can do it without it. There we go. Alright, that should do it. Now, let's see if I can get you guys kind of in a stable place. I have to excuse the noise when this thing cranks up. Try and keep you out of the rain so much and give you a nice solid spot to kind of hear this monster when it cranks up. I don't know that I'd like this a whole lot, but it's going to take it a few moments to pump up and get fuel in it. I just want to get it to crank if it will. Like I said, she's been sitting for just a little bit. Got an Edelbrock carburetor on her, 304 motor with a sumper cam in it. Good running truck. Mechanical fuel pump. So it takes it a little bit to get the gas up to the carburetor and into the engine. Once it cranks up though, it purrs like a kitten. This is kind of how she's been sitting for a little bit. A tarp over. Got dual exhaust on it. It's going to be blowing a little bit of condensation out of it because it's still cold. I got to get it cleaned out. I've had a few things just kind of sitting in here. We'll get it cleaned up and pretty here in just a little bit. We're going to let it run for a little bit and idle. So yeah, I've had it covered up. I got some leaks in it. We're going to fix those because this thing's going to have to drive. It's going to have to roll. So it's, like I say, it's been covered up. It's been sitting here for a little while. Didn't really take a whole lot to get it up and rolling. Stick a battery in it, turn it over a few times, pump a little gas to it. I was going to hit the gas pedal, but I'm going to wait and let it just idle up and warm. Sounding pretty good. Still needs a little bit of work. Needs some suspension work, a little bit of steering work. But the drivetrain's jam up. It's good to go. So I'm gonna sit you over here on top of the buddy's truck for a minute, and I'm gonna get all the tarping off of it so that I can get it down to the shop and take care of the water leak stuff and maybe a radio in there. So you guys sit there and watch. I'm just going to uncover it and that's it. operating temperature. Give you a little tour around it. 1978 CJ7. 304 V8 with bumper cam, 3-speed, manual, dual exhaust. Still need some body work done to it. Had it for a long time. Runs really, really good. We're at the gas pedal for you here in a minute. Back glass. My favorite sticker right there. Yeah, baby. Gotta love it. Already upgraded the lights, the LEDs on the back. It was originally a Levi's edition. Alright, let's see how it sounds now. It's warmed up pretty good. Let's give her a little gas. You guys can hear that or not, but she's sounds like a stock car pretty much. Oil pressure's good. Voltage is good. Engine temp's right where it's supposed to be. Got my little Hawaiian girl. This little bobble Hawaiian girl is actually from Hawaii. One of my co-workers went there on vacation and brought her back for me, and she's been riding on my Jeep ever since. Ducky we found in the river on a canoe trip. So Ducky's been riding with me for a long time too. And my hootie owl over here, a little bobblehead hootie owl, he's been riding with me for forever. Got him up in the mountains of Cherokee, North Carolina. So yes, I'm an owl person. I got my owls. You can see right here, there's a drip right there on the roof. See a little bit of water right there. So I got to get this here dried out and fixed. I got another little drip up here somewhere. But the radio's the thing that's been zapped out a couple times because of the rain, because of that front grill thing. So I've got to do something with it. Got my little Jeepster hanging out in here. He actually normally stands about right there. Jeep's rock. Love my Jeep. I've had it for a long time. Make sure she's got enough fuel in her. Yeah, a little bit, not much. So we'll close the hood up here now and take it down to the shop. I'll fix this when we get down there. Coming back. Goodbye. Little hood lamp back in place. Well, I don't really know where to put you guys at the moment. I don't think you'll stand here. You might. There you go. Maybe you'll stand right there. Fix windshield wipers, they're not working. Don't know if I blew a fuse or exactly what happened, but that's not a good thing. You guys sit here for just a second while I go open the door. Kind of bump it, my windshield wipers ain't working. It's kind of like a critical component there. We'll have to figure that out. See what's going on with it. And we're in the house, in the shop. Baby's up and running. Just got a few little things we got to work out on her. I'd say sorry about the windshield wipers there not working. Kind of makes it hard for you guys to see stuff. That's my play toy. That's kind of the reason it's just been sitting there. I got a lot of work I want to do to it, but money's always one of those things that is a factor in it. So yeah, baby, the 78 CJ's up and rolling. I gotta go find a fuse problem first and see if I can get the leaks fixed, start working on some other stuff. So let me go get the rest of my world back together again. I'll bring you guys back in a few minutes. Okay, so I went ahead through the light in here inside. Excuse the wiring mess in here. I don't know if you guys will be able to see this or not, but up here, this one is labeled right here, radio and windshield wipers. Well, my radio's been blown because of the water issue and the drips. Uh-oh, my bad, sorry guys. Sorry. I'm so sorry. See if I can get you back up there. And up underneath this flasher, I'm gonna go ahead and pull this flasher out so you guys can see. I probably need the room anyway. But this fuse right here is labeled windshield washer wiper and radio. I just looked at it and it looked like it was pretty well done. Do I have a fuse puller? Probably somewhere. Can I do it with what I got? I'm sure of it. Just need a little pick tool. Come on, little fella, you can get out of there. There we go. And hopefully you guys can clearly see on this old glass fuse. Let's see if I can get a picture where you can see that. I don't know. Trying to get out of the light. I'm sorry, trying to get this thing doesn't do real great with close-ups, but the fuse is blown. So let me go find the fuse. I'll be back in just a second. Okay, so I'm gonna try this. I don't know if it's gonna work or not. I had to go get a magnifying glass for my own eyeballs, and let's see if you can see inside there. There it is. See where it's blown right there, and it's slap in the middle. Now I looked at this. I don't think I can get my camera to see it, but it's an AGC 14. I just happen to have one in my handy dandy assortment of fuses and whatnot. box, so we're going to put another fuse in there and see if that doesn't make my windshield wipers work. I really would like to have my windshield wipers. That would be a huge advantage when it's raining outside. You know, I've seen the videos where people got strings and they're pulling them on their hands and things like that to make their windshield wipers work, but I ain't into all that. I got power. If I just got to figure out what's wrong with it, then I'll fix it and go from there. So let's see. Yeah. It says it's supposed to be a 10 amp, but I won't put the 14 amp back in it. Uh-oh, spit it right back out at me. Didn't like me. Wow, this one really kind of hard. There it goes. Click, click. I'll put the flasher back in there. Love the old cars though, they're so much easier to work on. Let me turn the key just a little bit. Oh. Still got no washer wipers. Not a good thing. Got to hunt a little further. Alright, well let me see what I can find. I'll bring you guys back here in just a minute. Okay, so 3 o'clock in the morning, couldn't sleep. My little 78 CJ here is driving me crazy. Come down here and did a little work on it. The oldest one's up, hanging out with some friends in there in the game room, and did a little digging. I got no turn signals, no brake lights, no interior lights that we had, aftermarket stuff, which is fine. Headlights are really dim. So what started all this is the windshield wipers didn't work, and that's okay. But at least we got a little more info. We're going to dig into it a little deeper. Buddy's off tomorrow. He's going to dig into the electronics of it. I've got to work in about 3 or 4 hours. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. This thing's just driving me crazy because I like stuff to work. If it don't work, it stays in my head and I try and figure out what's going on with it. So just figured I'd give you guys the quickie intermediate update of what's happening at 3 o'clock in the morning. So if you don't believe me, you can look at the clock. There it is, 3:03 in the morning. I'm down in my shop trying to figure out stuff. You guys saw it run, so we know that the battery's good, power's good. Had the bad fuse for the windshield wipers, thought that would have took care of it, but it did not. And then doing some other digging, you know, come to the conclusion there's some other electronic issues happening. And he's gonna dig into it, see if we can't figure out what it is, let you know what we find. Get this all cleaned out tomorrow evening, Sunday, whatever. And we're gonna get it on the road. Got to go, it's got to drive. So until we figure out a little more, you guys have a wonderful evening. Good night. Hold this. Okay, so got it up and running. We found a couple little gremlins that were going on in it. The buddy's gonna take it for a ride, make sure all the steering and everything works, and she's back on the road, ready to go. Appreciate you guys being here, and thank you for watching Dad's Project Shop. See ya.